Afternoon, Super Metroid fans, and SpeedGaming as well. Welcome to the final day of the Swiss round of the multi-category tournament. And what a way to round it out here with the playoff berth on the line. These two runners are going to be doing some triple bingo in a moment. And they are still getting just kind of finalized, it looks like, in the race room. So we'll just wait a moment for that. Alrighty, welcome back. Sorry about the little bit of a delay, but we are getting started here with an awesome triple bingo match. So this is the final sixth round of the Swiss part of the Super Metroid multi-category tournament. And this week's options were low ice, any percent, and triple bingo. And these runners have decided to hit up the triple bingo. I believe that Enmet vetoed any percent, and in essence, that left Traviktox vetoing low percent. I think that after that is there was also some talk of low percent PBs, so probably the right choice. But in any case, the race is on, and the racers have been provided just shortly after the go. The seed for today's card, and you get to have a look at it on screen as well. So they do need to complete 3 rows for the triple bingo to be done. I don't see too many tricky tiles on this one. I mean, obviously, a finish in tile can't be combined with other ones, but at the moment, I'm only seeing one finish in tile, anyways. So right now, the runners are in series, a pretty standard section they're all used to. So they're going to take a look at the card, see what's going on. While you take a look at the card, I'm going to take a quick intro. This match does have playoff implications. I believe they are both, what was it, 3 and 2? Yes, they're both 3 and 2, and they were both very highly seeded runners. So basically, the winner is going to move on to the play-in match, but the loser is going to be out. And so that'll be the end of their tournament life, but this should be, hopefully they had fun anyways. And you do see them exit series here, so the cutscene gives them and us some time to take a look at the card. The card does not look terrible from first glance. I do see a couple of tiles that I would probably avoid, or that I've heard runners talk about avoiding. For example, that fully explore wreck ship tile is a little bit of a time suck. The finish in spring ball room, that has a long kind of auto scroller cutscene, whatever you want to call it, beforehand, and is kind of out of the way. And there's definitely some synergy, though, as far as I would say Meridia goes. You've got Space Jump, Plasma Beam, Defeat Dragon, Meridia Map Station, collect Plasma Beam again. So you've got a good amount of Meridia on the card. One I would probably avoid myself. I don't know if these runners are comfortable with it or not. As I mentioned, they were talking previously, I think Enmet had a PB. Yeah, I think that Enmet had a PB as far as low ice goes, and low ice is a list run, so he might be comfortable with going high jump lists. For fans of Norfair, you do have a couple of lower Norfair options like Defeat Ridley. I thought I saw another one, but maybe not. Oh, Meridia Power Bomb's on here. This feels like this is going to be a Meridia card. I don't see too many people heading down to lower Norfair. Oh, Screw Attack, yes. So, the bottom row, or row 5 is kind of a Norfair row, but also having Plasma Beam on there, you're likely not going to want to do that one. I imagine you want to try and synergize a bunch of the Meridia objectives as far as that goes. So the runners are heading up. First option for variants here would be to pick up this Criteria Map Station. A lot of times this is a good safety just to start the run in case you're not sure what you're doing on the card. Well, no, both of them going to BT first, but in case you're not sure what to do, a lot of people will pick up the map station right away, just in case. But both of them going to pick up their bombs first. And pretty close here at the start, not too much variance. And Enmet, I think, has the drops to finish it off, and he does. Ooh, Traviktox not having a good drop pattern and missing missiles. Gonna have to go another round with the drops. Just gets barely enough, so it doesn't take too much time cleaning that up, but does kind of turn it into a 2-round. Probably not, triple bingo less important, but every little bit does help. Yes, 3 rows to win for triple bingo, and diagonals do count. No free spaces, and the prize is a playoff berth, or a play-in race berth at least, for next week's play-in race. So potentially the playoffs. as they're getting started here, just taking a look here. Oh, you do have 2 finished tiles, so you can't do column 4, row 1, or column 1, row 2 tiles together. So you do have to be mindful of that. I almost feel like on this one, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to synergize this a little bit. I'm almost thinking like column 4 would be nice. A lot of Meridia in row 3. And you're going to end up in Wreck Ship anyway, so you'll pick up a lot of supers, and Meridia has plenty of supers. Yeah, I'm not sure what rows I'm a fan of yet. So far, a pretty standard opening from both runners, though. Neither of them, I don't think, picked up the reserve tank or extra missile. So not looking. Oh, that's Norfair Reserve. Never mind. Column 2. Yeah, column 2 looks good. Just got to be careful about that wave beam. I feel like column 2 with row 3 is they overlap a bit. Column 2 has that skip high jump that can be trouble. I mean, they might do it, but I'm trying to look for one that would be fastest. And yeah, well, the card's not necessarily difficult, I would say, as far as speed goes. There's a lot of slow tiles kind of blocking like the diagonals, skip high jump, collect 40 criteria missiles. Column 5 is held up by fully explore the wrecked ship. Screw attack holding up column 1. Well, you definitely are going to need to go to Meridia. I'm not sure what the fastest option is here. Now, we do have our first variation between the two. Traviktox is going to collect Spazer, and Enmet did not. I don't think there is a Spazer tile on this one. And Enmet changing his mind, went down the elevator, but decides to head right back up. Not 100% sure what that's about, but all the time that Traviktox lost picking up a Spazer is going to be gained back on that elevator ride. So Enmet is going to go pick up Varia, it looks like, to start. We don't have any trolley suit tiles, it doesn't look like. So they should be able to pick up both suits, and in fact are both going that way. There are some tiles where it's like collect 1 of Gravity or Varia, different things like that, which in essence also makes you pick up extra E-tanks, for example, if you just go with Gravity. So those tiles can be tricky, but and in fact, we might have some synced fights here. Yeah, Traviktox and Enmet entering the door, going to the crate fight. Pretty much the same time. Ammo's good for both, and it looks like they're both setting up for the 2 missile. So let's see if we get 2 sit downs. Ooh, simultaneous, beautiful crate fights. If you're writing the textbook, that's how you do it there. So both of them picking up that Varia suit. And we'll now have to make the decision on what to do next. I guess a sort of old route would probably work here. I mean, eventually you're going to want to get Gravity because this is a Meridia card, I feel like. So, heading down to get Speed Booster and High Jump and then back up to the wrecked ship is probably the play for this card. A sort of old route style. We'll see how these two do it. And Traviktox gonna take the extra E-Tank, but Enmet gonna skip it. So Enmet's skipping a lot of, I would say, safeties for this kind of run. Not picking up Spazer, not picking up the E-Tank, and especially with an E-Tank tile on the card, might have not been the wisest skip as far as that goes, but hopefully he's got everything mapped out in his head already. Oh, okay. So Enmet is going skip high jump boots, yeah, and our tracker very quickly lighting that up. Doing the bomb jumps and not heading into ice or high jump. So Enmet gonna play it with the skip high jump boots tile, which is very brave. But yeah, as he was mentioning, been practicing it a little bit, so might even be more used to it today than other days. Traviktox, meanwhile, is going to grab that ice beam and I imagine pick up the high jump as well. So Enmet having to do this high jumpless jump here. Gets it first try. Very nice. Not an easy jump, even though he makes it look easy. So Enmet is going to go for the speed booster. I imagine since he skipped high jump boots, he will not be picking up a wave, which is concerning because that's going to leave him with just the pea shooter and charge beam. A good chunk of this run, it looks like. Not having options for X-rays and different things, so that could end up being quite tricky. But we'll see what happens. Traviktox, meanwhile, did get the high jump and is heading over for the speed booster himself. So I believe, Enmet, we're looking at a column 2 loadout here. Meridia Power Bomb, 25 soups, which that's kind of a lot, but should be able to get those in Wreck Ship and Meridia along the way. And Wreck Ship E-Tank, that one's pretty easy as far as, well, I say that, but it's fairly easy with high jump boots, and so is this jump that Enmet's trying to do right now. He was trying to get the D-boost, but, without high jump boots, these rooms are a lot trickier, and so having to reset the room and spend a lot of time here. Well, you see Traviktox just doing almost intended freeze strats. I mean, the actual path is a little bit different, but okay. Well, this is interesting. Enmet maybe changing his mind, possibly going to cancel out that speed booster tile with wave beam. This could be trouble if he was planning on column 2. Oh, Traviktox skipped high jump too. Okay. So he just went in for the E-Tank, looking for possibly a row 1. So yeah, Enmet has now locked himself out of column 2, row 2 tile, because it's one or the other, and he picked up both. So both of them having speed booster and no high jump. I guess luckily going to have equally bad movement, but bad movement nonetheless. You see Traviktox there using that ice beam to make that jump so much easier, while Enmet has to do a slower bomb jump here. Just a little bit of time lost to that ice beam, and now saving a ton of time over this bomb jump. Oh! And Enmet gets slapped down. So Traviktox does light up the Norfair Reserve. And we see our tracker keeping track of things much better than I am. Shoutouts to Balthazar. Thank you very much. I don't know if he's a command in chat, but definitely follow him if you're not. Enmet's still trying to do the bomb jumps, finally getting up there. Oh, Enmet, come on. So an interesting beginning game here. So with the tiles that Traviktox has gotten so far, I would almost expect a diagonal. The Northfield Reserve to Screw Attack diagonal, but Screw Attack? I mean, I guess once you have Space Jump, that Lava Dive is essentially free and quick. And it doesn't, once you have, say, 25 supers, if you end up going for that tile, it doesn't end up taking that long to get to Screw Attack. So it's not the worst one. But in any case, I don't know about that diagonal. We'll see what the runners are thinking as they collect more items. Both Brave Souls, though, going without high jump boots. And so far, similar tiles, but kind of wildly different item sets. Well, I guess not wildly, but Enmet going with the Wave Beam, while Traviktox goes with the Ice Spazer. So. And kind of as I would expect here, Traviktox, I believe, heading up to the wrecked ship. That would be the next logical step in this card. As far as progressing, you're going to need your gravity suit to make Meridia faster. And there's a number of wrecked ship items on the card. So if you're doing anything where you would need one of those, for example, that Column 2 wrecked ship E-Tank, if you're thinking about collecting the wrecked ship missiles, fully explore wrecked ship is on there, and people do tend to like to do it. I've seen a lot of runners do it, and I've definitely heard and seen runners talk about how slow it was. Traviktox with a very nice freeze at the top of the tower there, using intended strats, I guess. And Enmet is going to collect the Ice Beam, finally. Would have made his life a lot easier early, but is picking that up now. And Traviktox collects that Power Bomb, but does not collect the... oh, never mind. That's 40 criteria missiles. Never mind. Oh, and I just noticed there's a collect 30 and a collect 25 super missiles. I mean, if you're going to go to 25, it almost doesn't make sense to stop and pick up that 30th, but see what they decide. You could do row 4 with column 2. Maybe that's what Traviktox is looking at. He's already got a good number of E-Tanks. He's going to be getting a lot of supers in Wreck Ship and Meridia. Well, he's going to be in Wreck Ship, so he's going to pick up 2 super packs there. He's going to be in Meridia, and I think there's 2 or 3 super packs on his way in Meridia. He's already got 1 from early supers. He can roll back around in Brinstar and pick up like Bacchus Spore Spawn or Edicoons to round out his 30 plus. So he would have to dip back into Brinstar, but the super pack should be available to him fairly reasonably without having to go that much out of the way. For example, if he was going to do anything with extra E-Tanks, might need to pick up the E-Tanks in Brinstar anyways. for like the collect X energy tanks and then X minus reserve tanks. If he's trying to combine that up with the reserve tanks he got. So, and yeah, GT supers if he decides to do screw attack. So there's a lot of supers along the way. I feel like the 30 plus is definitely doable, with maybe just a little bit of out of the way collection or second round of Brinstar, for example. Traviktox does pick up the wreck ship map station, despite no one, I don't think, picking up the criteria map station. So that's interesting. But I would expect that to mean, since just checking my map stations on the card, since they're all on there except Rapture. Wow. So Criteria, Meridia, and Norfair map station all on there. And the one that Traviktox goes to is the wreck ship one. So we might be looking at a fully clear wreck ship from Traviktox. So that would point us to a column 5 for Traviktox. And with that high jump, maybe a column 2 and a row 4. And, you know, you're getting plasma beam twice with those, column 5, row 4. You're getting the super missiles, like I said, column 2, row 4. Wreck ship missiles, I mean, you're fully exploring anyway, so those two tiles in column 5 synergize pretty quickly. Yeah, that looks like it could be quite good, the way that Traviktox has set this up. Now, Enmet sort of had a similar option, but collecting the wave beam locked him out of column 2, so he'll have to find something else to do with that. And I'm not exactly sure. Let's say he's doing the same row 4, column 5. I mean, I guess he could throw in, if you're getting plasma anyways, you could throw in like a row 3. I mean, you already have 25 soups. You'll already be getting space jump after Dragon. The 40 missiles would be the worst part of that. But Meridian map station is, you know, no problem. So, yeah. So I think Enmet might have to go row 3. And I feel like Traviktox's column 2, row 4, column 5 is going to be a little bit faster, to be honest. I mean, we've already seen Enmet having a little trouble early in the game here with the loadout, but as far as routing goes, I feel like avoiding that collect all 40 criteria missiles in this case is going to be a little faster. Traviktox giving the high jumpless sponge bath a go. With just speed booster, it is very tight, and Enmet does take down the ghost with a kind of low energy as far as his loadout goes, so good on him. Traviktox, second try on that speed booster entrance. And Spike Room of Death, no joke right now. He's taking a lot of hits. He needs to be careful. I don't think I saw a save. And he's got a good route ahead of him, so just needs to keep his head on and stay alive. We'll get the refill here, so should have plenty of energy to get out. Enmet picking up the map station as well, so looks like they're both going to fully explore Rex ship. And so we may see identical routes except for the third row, which would be quite interesting. We'll see who picked the faster third row. Traviktox taking 2 hits off the fish. Just kill that thing with the super. Or some ice beam. Nicely obliged. Thank you. Enmet is bull. Yes. Yeah, he is He's playing quite bravely in the early game here. That's an interesting choice. Enmet entered that room in the wrecked ship with super missiles, of all things, and did not pick them up. So that effectively removes column 2 and column 4 from contention. Row 4, row 3. What is Enmet gonna do? I mean, he's got row 2. He could get a lot of power bombs. I feel like those are slower than super missiles at this point. Defeat Dragon. You'll be probably doing that anyways. Finishing Kraid's room. I mean, that's not great, but not the worst. I guess he could go to doing row 2 with column 5 and that row 4 again. Well, he hasn't picked up a lot of E-tanks either. Yeah, not picking up that E-tank either. Just getting the tiles. Yeah, I'm not sure what Enmet's going for. Oh, he is going to get the E-tank. Okay. Maybe just for the refill more than anything at this, or the protection against Spiky Room of Death. Traviktox continuing to pick up those missiles. I'm assuming that he has collected the other Spiky Room's missile. C, but should just need one more pack after bowling. And I like the decision to avoid the criteria miss, actually. I mean, technically Traviktox is right here. He could pick him up, but I mean, that adds in back a gauntlet and going down the shaft again to Mother Brain, and just a lot of traversal that is pretty slow. So, yeah, I think avoiding that center is a good idea. I don't know about this fully explore the wrecked ship as the fastest option, but this card didn't leave a lot of other options open. And Travatoxin 2 for bowling. Very nicely done. And this is actually another reason why I like wrecked ship. I don't really hear anybody else talk about it, so maybe, I'm not, it's just me. But I feel like the bowling gives you kind of a halftime here to make sure you're looking at your right, you read the spots right, you're doing, the rows you sort of decided to do in series, and kind of gives you a moment of reflection to make sure that you're on the right path and not going to screw something up. Like, say you were doing column 2, and you picked up the wave beam and you're in bowling and you're like, oh crap, I have wave beam. I guess I have to, switch to a different row. Let's figure it out. So I like the wreck ship early in these bingo races, and a lot of times the that I've seen have been Meridia heavy anyways, so you want some gravity suit for that. And Traviktox is out. And he is heading, I imagine, down to Meridia, unless he plans on doing some Brinstar. Nope, going down to Meridia here. So Enmet's had a think here on his bowling, and hopefully he's figured out to roll with his other two. As Traviktox heading down. Hey, anybody in chat, did Traviktox actually hit the save room in Wreck Ship? I didn't see him do the full pause. To make sure he got all the Wreck Ship files. Okay, cool. Looks like they're good then. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so Enmet finishes off his 4 Wreck Ship and Wreck Ship missiles as well. Now, just in case you're unfamiliar, the destroy at least one statue tile is you do have to go to that room in Torian with the golden statues and actually watch these statues blow up, basically. So sometimes it can be faster to do that earlier. By the time they get back there, they'll have to watch 3 statues, even though they only need to destroy 1. He was getting the map tiles. That's why he deserved directions. You gotta make sure. Huh. And Enmet is going back around to get criteria missiles while Traviktox starts picking up supers. So I guess Enmet is going to combine up with something in the center square because these are criteria missiles. So Enmet is definitely picking up all of these. Yeah, you got a lot of slow ones here for criteria. You've got 230. You got Mother Brain, Gauntlet. This is gonna take him some time to clean up these missiles. And Traviktox, he's got to pick up this slow pack of supers here in Meridia, but it's not as slow as Gauntlet, let's say. And Traviktox, I believe, already up to... Well, that definitely puts him at 25 supers, right? So he just really needs, I think, 1 pack, and he is good to go. So Traviktox, pretty much done with column 2. Very far along in column 5, and we'll just need to connect them up, I think, with that row 4. And Traviktox is going to basically run into the bot wound E-tank, so if he planned it this way with the 6 E-tanks, he's gotten 6 of the very quickest ones, as far as that goes. Enmet does pick up criteria power bombs. I mean, you're over here anyways. You light up that 10 power bomb square. I don't know what exactly he would combine with that. You've got Norfair in the row 5, and you've got 30 plus supers in column 4, and he is not prepared for either of those. So, not exactly sure what that power bomb was about. Oh, do not lay that power bomb. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's got reserves. Never mind. Okay, he's all right. And he didn't even need to pop the reserves. Okay, he's fine. Sorry to freak out. Yeah, and Gauntlet, Can be tricky, as you can see, even with full suits. He does have reserve, so probably still would have been fine. I forgot he picked up that Norfair reserve tank to get that square, so yeah, he is fine. Calculated, as they would say. Traviktox getting a halfie? No, missed a halfie. Enmet getting really low on that on those crumble blocks, but does get both of the missiles. That's the other thing about the criteria missiles. There's a lot of chances of screwing up that back of gauntlet and having to do a real slow roundabout for him. I do like this, though, from Enmet. He's going to take care of that statue before killing any more bosses, so save a little bit of time in this room, not having to watch the third boss explode. So Enmet is very far along on column 5, but Traviktox already fighting Dragon, and having plenty of energy to do speed booster and quite a bit of ammo too, so probably we'll start off with the speed booster. Okay. A corner boost. I'm not sure that actually hit, but it's going to switch into some ammo and go back to speed booster strats. Looks like this fight might take a minute with Dragon cooperating and his sparks being slightly off there. Enmet is heading down to collect some more criteria missiles, and yeah, this collection of criteria missiles is taking a while. This is a real bear of a center square. Yeah, I mean, it looks easy enough when you're first looking at the card, and I don't know if this was his original choice or not, but yeah, it is taking a long time to clean up these criteria missiles. Although Traviktox is taking a long time on this Dragon fight, I feel like it's time to pump the supers. Yeah, let's start using those. You got plenty. There we go. That should be. Oh wow, how's Dragon not dead? One last spark. Oh, misses high. And Enmet gonna loop around, it looks like, down into Brinstar. Not sure what this is about. Maybe 20 power bombs if he's decided to switch to column 3, or if he's doing that row 2 to defeat Dragon, he's going to need 20 power bombs. Nope. Oh, he's switching to E-tanks. He's going to get all his E-tanks in Brinstar. Got it. Not 100% why he needs that missile pack, but he wanted it. So Traviktox does collect that space jump and is one step closer to his 3 rows. Does still need to collect the Meridia Power Bomb and the Plasma Beam. Looks like he's going to head for the Power Bomb first and then use the tunnel to get back up to Plasma Beam. I like this routing. That's very smart. You don't want to... that tunnel that goes all the way from the top to bottom of Meridia is key. So... Oh, Enmet killing absolutely everything to spark into that E-tank. You don't see that every... And actually, Traviktox is going to take him right by another super missile. I believe that puts him at 30. Yep, our tracker is fired it off, so picks up another square and is ever so close to the victory here. With Collect Plasma Beam, he will actually complete one column, one row, but two bingos, and then we'll have Meridia Powerbomb shortly. So Traviktox, with a very quick seed here, he might have picked the fastest rows. I mean, this is going to be over in just a minute or two. So really committing to that column 2, even though it looked difficult, I feel like has paid off with the rows that he's done. And yeah, looking at the stuff he hasn't done, I don't see anything that would be much faster. I mean, he flew by all those super way. I mean, 20 plus power bombs and finishing crate, that takes him a ton of roundabout routes. Yeah, this was a very well planned out. Well, we'll see if it was planned out, but very well planned run here from Traviktox, who should be about to obtain the victory with this plasma beam, and stamp his card to the play-in race and possibly the playoffs thereafter. And he has collected Plasma Beam, and to our knowledge... Oh, I'm sorry. I have completely missed. He needs to destroy one statue. Looking at the card, yeah, as I mentioned before, he does need to destroy that statue, and that is going to be a little ways off. Sorry about that. I baited myself. Is there any kind of purple or green color blindness I can blame it on? Enmet getting a nice opening X Factor here. Yeah, this is actually a little bit interesting. I feel like Traviktox's the rows he picked were good, but yeah, now with this backtrack to the statue, you definitely should have routed this statue in sooner. So, I mean, he is still going to be done pretty soon, in a minute or two, but could have finished it up with a plasma beam. Probably, I would say after Wreck Ship. If you were planning on destroying that statue, just pop over, drop down, and take like Brinstar back around maybe. So he's losing a little time here, but I feel like still did pick some good rows that all flowed together. Enmet, meanwhile, starting up his shrimp fight. Looks like he is kind of looking at a diagonal and a couple of rows. Row 4, maybe? Row 4, column 5, the diagonal? Or maybe he's just going to do row 4 and row 5? Since he has to go down to North Fair anyways. Well, no, defeat Dragon would already be done. So he collects the Plasma Beam and he gets column 5, row, then he just needs the diagonal down to Screw Attack. So his last thing would be Screw Attack, which is also a long way off. Kind of like how Traviktox is heading over to G4 right now. Enmet would have kind of a long trek over to Screw Attack. So the last tile in these runs not quite lining up the way I thought. But in any case, we do see Traviktox here, heading to G4. And Traviktox blows up Kraid and does win this match. GG to him. Looks like his time was a very nice 46.6. So Traviktox is the winner, and definitely well routed as far as picking the rows, getting everything together, and routing it. I mean, routing in that statue is really not easy. It happens to the best of them. So Enmet gonna pick up that plasma, and well, he's still gonna need to do something about his ammo accounts. Now that I look at it, he needs 30 supers for row 4, or I mean, that's what he's closest to. I mean, maybe he can do column 3. What's 11 minus 6? Oh, that's too many. He would need extra E tanks. I'm not sure. But Enmet seems to be playing it out, so we'll keep an eye on it. I think we are going to have Traviktox hop in here. Oops.
Hey, all.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty nice. I was pretty cool race.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the card seemed to be pretty obviously a Meridia card, but after a while we could tell what you were doing, but I was a little surprised to see the rows you picked, but they flowed quite well. Did you pick those right away, like after series, or?
Something like after 10 minutes, I felt pretty confident with the rows and columns.
Okay. All right.
The only mistake with the statue, I forgot that I had to move to G4.
Yeah, I actually kind of forgot that you hadn't been there either. I talked about it, and when you were about to get plasma beam, I'm like, oh, that finishes it off, right? And no, it didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to probably after wreck ship would have been fastest to head over there.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was still. I mean, those 3 rows still went together pretty well for you. So I mean,
a lot of wrecked ship, fully explore the wrecked ship, and then to collect all the missiles, wrecked ship, E-tank.
Yeah, definitely a lot of overlap on this card. 2 plasma beam squares. I think there were 2, like space jump. Oh, well, Dragon and space jump. I mean, that's basically the same thing. Yeah, so a lot of overlap on this one. Yeah, pretty quick time with the 46. Finished off pretty well there. Were there any other rows you were looking at, considering at a certain point?
Yeah, I think most of the time it was like finish in Springball room or collect Springball, but then I had to get grapple beam because I do not know the ice clip. That would take a long time to get to Crocomire.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess that one, if you know the ice clip, would have been pretty good
Yeah.
because that another overlapping, two things that are the same basically. Yeah, yeah, I didn't notice that at first. Those are in the same column. But yeah, that would have been interesting to see someone do the ice clip into there. I guess Enmet not wanting to do that either because he
Yeah.
had the Meridia map station, but maybe just not having the super missiles. He hasn't picked up a lot of supers, so.
So I guess he's gonna collect another super at Golden Chorizo and Screw-Attack. That's it.
I don't think he has. I don't think he has the super.
Oh, he needs more than 5.
Yeah, I think he's. I don't know. Balthazar's tracking, so he'll let us know. But I don't remember him picking up. Like he didn't pick up anything in Rex ship super wise. So I don't know.
No, the Green Gate glitch.
Yeah, he is gonna finish though because he does have the diagonal, the row 5 and the column 5 done. But yeah, he's not doing the super tile. So he had a similar issue. You know, he put his last tiles kind of far away. So
I always forget about the diagonals. Never consider them.
yeah, the diagonals in this one ended up being, I feel, low because like what we saw Enmet do, the collect all 40 criteria miss. I mean, they take kind of a lot of time. He was doing that while you basically went and killed Dragon and, kind of finished up in Meridia.
They collect 40 criteria missiles. I thought about that, but then long time to get them all.
Yeah. Yep. But, I guess we do have to see the fight because he came in the front door. So we get to see the GT fight, and then Enmet will be finishing as well. Let me just see if we can. And we'll see if he wants to pop in as well.
Yep,
So,
I'm German.
Oh.
Someone is asking in chat.
So it does look like you'll be into the play-in race from what I hear.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Is there a category you hope that one is?
I hope not RBO, not low percent ice.
Well, I think the only options are the main 3: any percent, GT Classic, or a Hundo.
Is it already known? Categories?
No, they haven't picked between those, but I think the play-in risk can only be one of those 3. Oops.
All right.
You there? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the play-in race can only be one of those 3 categories, the 3 main ones. I don't think the play-in race can be RBO, low percent, or bingo.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so you won't have to do that. And Enmet did finish with still a good time for this card of 53-53. Both of you pairing up your minutes and your seconds. So I like it.
A pretty good race time.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. Satisfies the OCD. But yeah, definitely. So between those 3 categories, anyone you particularly like?
Yeah, of course, the any percent. I'm
Any
grinding it
percent.
the most.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, hopefully you get that one and get into the playoffs here. It was a well-played bingo night for sure. Any kind of this is the last week, so any final thoughts on the tournament? If you enjoyed it, particular weeks, categories, anything along those lines?
Pretty cool tournaments to see different categories. To see the triple bingo, always nice. Yeah, let's see what will the next category.
For sure, definitely. Well, good luck to you. Heading into the playoffs for you, and at least the playoff to the playoffs. And definitely GG on the race tonight. Well played.
Thanks and see ya, guys.
Yeah, have a good one. And I am going to be signing off here in just a second, but I believe there is one more. No, two more multi-category races. You have at 4 p.m. Woody versus Hero with Android Dreams and Beeps on commentary. Speed Gaming 2, definitely check that one out. And then just after that, at 5 o'clock, Sloaters versus Fruit Bat Salad. Two excellent races coming up tonight, so stay tuned. All on Speed Gaming 2. Galamez on the comms for that one. So come on back, and I think those are the last two races to finish up the Swiss round. Definitely come back and see us. And on this channel here, looks like Portal 2 is coming up. If you're into that, stick around right now. And I'll see you next mission, guys.